Hello Internet, I am JNOC. I'm on my second account, Darth Balls, and I'm going to run through my Day 3 territory battles. I'll be starting in the light side planet of Kashyyyk. We'll start here in the bottom left. I like to start with my Jedi Master Mace team. So that's Jedi Master Mace, Jocasta, Depa Boba, Aayla and Temple Guard. And this is a full auto team. After we get taunt off these guys, I'll switch over to Scout Trooper. So I do some manual targeting. Go back to Scout Trooper. And then over to Recon Trooper. I like to get rid of the damage dealers first. And then we'll take out Stormtrooper. Vaporized him. So we'll go after TIE Fighter Pilot once we get the taunt off. And now we'll go after Scout Trooper. And then Recon Trooper. Those are the three main damage dealers. And then we'll finish off Imperial Officer. And then we'll go for the healer and then the tank. Alright, nice consistent win, 2 out of 2. We'll do the Wookiee mission next. You want to make sure you got Tarfful lead. Let's see, there, Chewbacca, Threepio, Veteran Smuggler, and then Clone Wars Chewie. I do a little remodding for this one. I like to just swap over full sets, so I'm going to put my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren mods onto Chewbacca. Veteran Smuggler gets Grandmaster Yoda. And Clone Wars Chewie gets Jedi Master Luke. Alright, and we should be ready to go. So we'll go ahead and do his slam to get rid of all those taunts. Now we can go after Scout Trooper. I like to use Tarfful's third ability and his second ability as much as possible. The third one gives max health to everyone, and the second one gives max defense stacking. I'm going to go ahead and do the blind just to make them miss. Get our defense up. Same thing, I'm going to go ahead and do his AE just to get this slow on everyone, speed down. Let's see. We'll use the event special to get rid of that taunt. Now we can go after the Scout Trooper again. Okay, now we'll go after Recon Trooper. Alright, now we're going to go after Stormtrooper Commander. Since he's the healer. More stacking health. Get some tenacity down. Throw the blind out there. See if we can't stun him. Not perfect. Alright, we'll just spell out the mass assist, max defense. Some more stacking health. I'd like to use that third ability, but I don't think that's going to be enough to kill him, so. Alright, now. Oh, but he healed. Jerk. Yeah, it's not going to be enough to kill him. Try and stun him. Alright, now we should be able to kill him. Heck, we might even be able to kill both of them. Get a twofer. Let's try. Yeah, we got one. One's better than none. Alright, so on to next wave. Second wave, I like to try and kill the purge troopers off first. Normally I do one of the second two abilities, but I'm going to use the basic just to get rid of that taunt. Get him taunting. I'm going to save his dispel. I'm going to save his dispel for this kind of case. Although I'm going to use the event special. And I'm going to use his dispel just to try and get slow on everyone. Got 3, that's not bad. See if we can stun him. I want to get that stacking defense, get rid of the debuffs, get rid of the taunt so we can go back after Purge Trooper. Should kill him easily. Oof. Alright. Leave my Wookiee alone. Alright, we'll get rid of those buffs. Keep going after that Purge Trooper. Alright, should be able to kill him, and now all we have left is Ninth Sister. I'm going to get that blind going. Do the mass assist. Throw some damage out. Stacking max health. Tenacity down. Blind him. Oh, how did the blind not stick? Stun? Alright. Tenacity down. Mass assist. Now everyone had days. That sucks. Throw the damage downfield. That should finish him. Yep. Alright, so the next fight, I like to use my Spectre team, my Sokatano. And then Ezra Exile, Huyang, Sokatano Fulcrum, and Padawan Sabine. And this is a full auto team. Many of the teams that I use on the second account I run full auto. There's a guide I like to use, swgohrote.com. Done a really nice job organizing different teams you can run on auto. I highly recommend them. It's not my site. It's just a really good resource. He's almost dead. We'll go after him. Normally I go after the healer first, but alright. And second wave, you definitely want to go after Mara Jade first. And once she's down, you go after one of the Purge Troopers. And then the other Purge Trooper. And the Recon Trooper. He's the other damage dealer. And then we'll go up to the healer, and we'll finish up with the tank. Alright, and we're going to finish up this planet with the fleet battle. It's a forced Profundity battle. We're going with Hans Millennium Falcon, Outrider, RebelY Wing, Rogue One, Phantom, Cassian, and Biggs. And really the only super important reinforcement is Rogue One. Alright, so we'll pass the turn to Profundity, or to Outrider. Okay, target side, then do the AE. If it doesn't kill off TIE Fighter, then we will... Oof, should have gotten an assist there. A little unlucky with that. Oof. I got a whole bunch of stacks of that. Still no assists. Oof. Alright, gotta get rid of him. I really need to focus down on Scythe, try and get him out. I am going to target TIE Advance, though. I'm hoping that I can get an assist from Millennium Falcon to get rid of those stacks of formation. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, so now we will go ahead and go full offense and call in Rogue One. Now we will focus down on Scythe and try and kill him before he can do any more shenanigans. Don't need any more, no more stacks of formation, please. Alright. Send some damage downfield. Alright, we got our protection back at least. Get to our ultimate. And now we can pick them apart pretty easily once we get to ultimate. And we'll bring in Phantom. He's got a nice big hit. All right. Now, I don't have the team yet to run the special mission, so we will move on to Tatooine. And we'll start in the top left. This is where I run my Baylan-led mercenary team. So that's Baylan, Marrok, Shin, and then I bring in Wrecker and Hunter just for a couple more mercenaries. The Sand Trooper scouts in the back do a little more damage, so I'm going to focus them down. You want to use specials as much as possible because specials are going to call Marrok to assist. So preferentially use the specials. Let's see, which one does damage to all people? This one. I'm going to go ahead and target him, and hopefully we kill the other two. That's close. Yeah, we can do a saber throw and do some damage to everyone. And I'm not going to use up his last special call. I'd like to have every character be able to do at least one special call for the second wave, although Hunter can't. Alright, so probably going to be enough to kill him off. No, not quite. That's alright. We'll do his jump. The dots are spraying around him, so the dots are going to be killing them too. Alright. Let's go after the healer there, get him out. And we should be able to get the officer out. Now the dots are going to kill him, so we'll call Marrok over here. A pretty easy win. Next fight's the Jabba required mission. You can win this with a bunch of random bounty hunters and scoundrels pretty easily on basic, but if you have the full Hutt Cartel team, it's also a very easy full auto. If you want to save yourself... Oh, actually, you didn't even have a chance to do the ultimate. So I took it out of auto just so that I could make sure that we use the ultimate here on Hondo. But having the full Hutt Cartel team makes this a really, really easy fight. I'll move over to the last regular ground combat mission. I used to like to use Sith Eternal Emperor. Of course, you need Fennec Sidious, and then I just fill it in with some random crappy Sith. I normally do Darth Sidious, Sith Marauder, and Sith Empire Trooper. Nothing special and prereqs for other Galactic Legends. I like to link Tusken Shaman and then one of the two Raiders. And then we're going to go after Brute, since he's going to be taunting anyways. Might as well just target him off the bat. Get some protection regen. Alright, and now we'll go ahead and we'll go after Raider, the one who's not linked. since they do a decent amount of damage. And we're going to try and kill them off. Even though the dot should kill them, they get a decent amount of healing. So I just want to make sure they die off. And we're going to go after Elder. Yep. We'll just keep going after Elder. The dots are going to kill these last two guys off. Alright, so we'll target Brute and do the same thing. And when it gets to be Sith Eternal Emperor's turn, we'll link the same two people. We'll link Shaman and one of the Raiders. And then we'll go back to beating on Brute. Get some protection up. And we can activate our ultimate. And we'll go after a Raider here. Do the ultimate. And they're both dead from the amount of dots they have, so it's a nice consistent 2 out of 2. Alright, we'll do our Bo-Katan Mandalore special mission to unlock Mandalore. I like to use IG12 as a... You can use PAS, but I find IG12 to be a more consistent win. So we'll open up with IG12's third ability, call Bo-Katan to assist. And we'll do her mass assist ability. Get some damage downfield. I like to go into Whistling Birds here. Send that damage downfield. Alright, so they swallowed Beskar Mando, so we'll use the harpoons to get him back. Put an armor shred out there. Gonna use that damage immunity to heal up, and we'll just do a basic here to call an assist. Basic. I'm actually going to go ahead and heal up Bam because he's looking a little down. We'll go into Whistling Birds. I don't think we're going to need him. We're going to call Bo-Katan in. Oh, she had days. Now we'll just do the mass assist call. That should be enough. Yep. And in case it wasn't, Beskar Mando was ready with his Whistling Birds. Okay, now we'll do the Reva mission. Going with Grand Inquisitor, Reva, 7th, 8th, and 5th. Yep. So it's mainly a lot of basics until you get 6 stacks on Nebbit here. Okay, we're up to 4. One more stack and we'll be happy. Ah, come on. Alright, so now we can put the torture out. Oh, that's unfortunate. Just lost the healer. Probably going to lose more than that. Can get rid of our dots. Let's see. So they're dead, he's dead, so let's just work on him. So everyone's dead when they take their next turn. And get a little bonus protection just to save us from those dots a little bit. Yeah, maybe I should have saved that because it didn't carry over. Alright. So we got tenacity down. That should be an ability block. Okay, that ability block's big because that prevents him from going into damage immunity. Okay, got a blind out. Keep applying that tenacity down. We'll get rid of our dots, even though they're kind of low. I'll put an armor shred on. I don't want to do the buzzsaw until we get torture on them. So now we have torture. Keep tenacity down. Ability block. Buzzsaw should finish it. Yep, very nice. Alright, we'll finish off this planet with the fleet battle. It's Executor. My Razor Crest is in operations, so Houndstooth, Punishing One, and Xanadu, and then you're going to have as your reinforcements IG-2000 and Slave One. That's probably all you need, but I always bring Ebon Hawk and Imperial TIE Bomber just in case. Gonna go after their TIE Bomber right off the bat. Just do a basic here from Houndstooth, and then the mass assist. You don't have to worry about taunt because Punishing One will force it on him. Right here, when Punishing One does their special, which we're going to call Xanadu, it forces taunt onto Houndstooth. Now that Imperial TIE Bomber's dead, we're going to start working on TIE Advanced. Call in Punishing One. Alright, so they haven't dispelled taunt yet. So we're going to go ahead and bring in IG-2000. Alright, and that was enough to get the lock debuff, so now Houndstooth will never lose taunt. So he can just do a basic here. Alright, and then we'll go on to the TIE Fighter. No one's really looking too hurt, so we're just going to do a basic. Basics with IG-2000. Once they have that locked breach, you want to call IG-2000. Yeah, it's a nice easy win. Alright, so that is Tatooine all done. So we are going to move over to Dathomir. We'll start in this bottom right, which is the Empire required. I use Lord Vader with some leftover Empire, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Scout, and then Iden and oops, want the right order. So and then Iden and Royal Guard. It's nice to have a tank in there. Someone on my other account I use Shore Trooper. Doesn't matter exactly who they are as long as you got some somewhat tanky people. So we'll go ahead and throw out the dots. I'll call Lord Vader in. I go and fracture him. I don't really want to take a turn just yet. I'm gonna have her bring in the droid. The droid is good because you can put armor shred onto zombie. Having a stack or two of armor shred is gonna help It's going to help you be able to whittle him down before he starts. If he starts taking turns, then he'll get his green speed up buff. The green speed up buff will, as I said, it'll speed him up, and it'll also make it so that he does a little more damage, heals a little more, ends up being harder to kill them off. You want to get them down to the slower buff, and then once you get a second one of those, once you get a second set of that, then he can't take another turn. And actually that worked out about as beautifully as possible, because I think that team was about to respawn if I hadn't killed Zombie right then. So we have to pretty much keep going after Zombie again, because they're taunting. Okay. We can put a little damage downfield on Talzin. This round's going to work a little differently, because I will. We're going to go and fracture Zombie. But once I get into ultimate, which I'm just waiting for my ultimate meter to fill up, then all the rest of these Night Sisters will start having permadeaths. Alright, so we're at full ultimate. So now we're going to go into ultimate. So now any of these Night Sisters, like right here, we're going to try and kill Talzin. Now Talzin's permanently dead. She can't come back. And then they're all dead. And Zombie is about to be dead. If we had gotten down to the end of the 10-turn countdown, it would have still been a win. And not a win, but the Night Sisters still wouldn't come back, because once Lord Vader hits his ultimate, it becomes permadeath. So for this one, we will go with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. This is our First Order team. With Angry Ray, Kylo Ren and Mass, Sith Trooper and Kylo Ren, just our leftover First Order. I do have to put his mods back on, because I stole them for the Clone Wars mission, or Wookiee mission. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Everyone else should be good to go. So the only thing you really need to do is you need to poke once, and then you can put it on full auto. But you need to get that initial poke in, so you start getting some stacks of siphon. And once he starts getting into ultimate, the people he kills while he's in ultimate can't come back. With Angry Ray there, his ultimate recharges really quickly, so he'll be... Although they did kill him twice back to back, so we do need to survive here, so that he can come back. Alright, and let's make sure he goes right into ultimate. And those two people he just killed off can never come back. Alright, then in the beginning of the second round you want to be on manual anyways, because you need to do another poke to start getting some siphon stacks. But same as the first wave, you just really want to go into ultimate right away. And we're just going to put it back on auto. We'll target Talzin, because it would be nice to get her out first. She's the only really scary person on that team. Alright, so now Talzin can't come back. And Angry Ray finished him off. Okay, the last of the regular missions, I use Grand Moff Tarkin with the Dark Side clones. I like to try and focus down Spirit. She's the weakest one. Anyone who dies while they have this initial Order 66 won't come back. They'll be permanent death. We'll do this third ability. And if you can get a second person dead, that's great. I'll try and take out initiative if possible, but I don't. Normally you only get one. Let's do a basic. Grand Moff Tarkin's pretty much just going to do basics this whole first wave. Nice, we did get two. So then we're going to switch over to just focusing down Zombie. He's already got one stack of speed up, and yeah, I was going to say they're going to get another turn, so they're going to get that second stack of speed up. Once they get that second stack, it's kind of a pain to get them out. Alright, so now that they killed off Nightfall Trooper, they've got Death Mark, so we just have to take advantage of the fact that they have Death Mark. And then we'll just go back to Zombie. Eventually they'll probably mess up again and kill off our Nightfall Trooper over there, which will put Death Mark on the final guy. Keep on getting so close to at least getting back down to the 0 buff level, but not quite getting there. But the longer this first wave, there we go, we got down to the 0 buff level, but the longer this first wave drags on, the more stacks of this triangle buff he gets. And that's going to increase his potency, and that's going to make him hit harder when he does do his AE damage. Alright, so we're down to 1 stack of slow, which is fantastic. And this should kill him. Now we're down to 2 stacks of slow, so his next death will be a permanent death. And now the only person that's left is that Acolyte, so we will just do basics there. Now I find 10 to be a nice number. If you can have 10 stacks that before you do it here, but we'll try it with 9 as well. But we want to try and get their protection off before we do it. So by the time we get there, he'll probably be at 10 or 11. Same as the first wave. You want to go after Spirit because they're the weakest, so you get the best chance of getting them dead before they lose Order 66. You can go to use the special. They do some big hits. And throw the grenade. That should kill him off. Okay, so I'll go after Acolyte, but I really don't think we'll be able to kill Acolyte off. If we can kill him while they have Order 66, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, I didn't think we would. It just wears off too fast. Alright, so she killed Nightfall, so we're going to go after her since she's got Death Mark. Alright, and now we're actually in a pretty good spot to use that mind buff from Tarkin. Although they did just heal up, but ooh. do the mine buff. And then we're going to go ahead and do the AE damage as soon as we have it available. Right there. So that should kill them all off. Yep, very nice. Yeah, even at full health, it generally takes them all down if you have 10 or 11 stacks. Alright, and then for the Afro mission, I like to bring in my leftover Sith. I normally go with Darth Vader and Bane, and then for just throwing a couple tanks, Malgus and Malak. I'll make sure he's got his. Yep. So we'll go ahead and bring in the droid right off the bat, go into Merciless Massacre. Normally put the dots over here on Initiate since they can counterattack, and then everyone else just gets a basic. Key to this team is whittling down people and letting Bane finish them off, because Bane, when he kills someone, they can't be revived if he kills them with a basic. Alright, so right here he can kill off Spirit. The Spirit's gone, can't come back. Gonna go ahead and do that. It should leave him, yeah, at red health, that's what I was thinking. So then Bane can kill her off. Okay, so we'll go after that initiate. See if we can't get a little damage over here, get them down into yellow or even red. Alright, perfect. So that's Bane's next target. We'll see if we can't whittle this one down a little more. Ooh, I'm afraid Vader's going to kill her. Yep. That's alright. We got a pretty good chance of killing off. Yeah, let's just go and do the big hit just to make sure we kill him off. Now we can move on to the next wave. Alright, so we'll go into Merciless Massacre again. Same thing, we'll do the dots on Acolyte since they counterattack. And then just do a basic on everyone else. Just throw some more dots out there. I don't think he can kill Spirit off, but we'll try. Yeah, it wasn't quite enough. Alright, we're going to go ahead and throw an Armor Shred onto the zombie there. Some AE damage out. I'm going to go ahead and kill her again. That way she's at the locked, the 2 buff stage. That way she can't possibly take a turn. Go ahead and finish off Spirit with a basic. So Spirit's gone, never to return. Alright, that's a perfect setup for Bane, so Bane can finish that. Talzin's gone, and that's their main damage dealer. Alright, that's a good setup for Bane, so we'll switch over to Daka. Out. Got their invis off. Alright, that's a good, with the expose and it yellow, that's good setup for Bane, so we'll go ahead and try and leave that for Bane. Alright. And that was, he was at -2 stacks already, so he's dead for good. So we'll just put it on full auto and finish off this last Acolyte. Alright, then we'll go to the special mission, which is requires Marin. It's Night Sisters, and this is the team I use. Great Mothers with Night Trooper, Jet Trooper Peridia, Morgan, and then Marin's the required unit. You want to doom one of these people who's taunting, and then bless Morgan. And then you can stick it on full auto. After we kill that guy off, I do like to go after Hondo next, but I don't know, that makes a huge difference. We'll go after IG88 next. After that, I'm going to just go after the other tank just in case he starts taunting. Don't want to get stuck behind taunt without being able to kill the doomed guy. I'm going to take it off auto because I want to have control over who I doom and bless at the beginning of the next turn. And I'm just going to finish this round off with basics. Great Mother prevents revive, so that makes this a pretty easy thing. So I do want to doom Maul. There's a case to be made for dooming Dash, but I like to doom Maul. And then you want to make sure you bless Morgan. Things can go south if you don't. Alright, and then it's just full auto. Just let him beat on Maul. And I will go after Dash second. Gotta get off of taunt. Okay. And he was taunting, so we had to doom him. But as soon as he's dead, we'll go after Dash. Nope. They were faster than I was, and they doomed Kira, so I guess we'll go after Kira. Alright. Now we'll go after Dash with the doomed. Obviously, if you weren't running an auto, you'd have a lot more control over who you doomed. But pretty easy win. It's more get 2 or get 3 for the whole guild, get 2. And so we're done with Dathomir, and we'll go on to Zepho. The only mission we have open is the Jedi Cal mission. Normally I like to use my Rebel team, Commander Luke Skywalker team, without Commander Luke. But since we did the Wookiee mission in Kashyyyk, my Chewbacca and Threepio and Chewie are both there, so I don't have that team available. So we'll go with the team I used to use, which is Jedi Master Luke, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Jedi Knight Luke, and Shaak T. I need to put my mods back on Jedi Master Luke because I stole them actually for that Wookiee mission. Jedi Master Luke. And although I like that Commander Luke Skywalker team, this is a great team too. This is actually a full auto team. Just put it on full auto and just let it run. Ki-Adi-Mundi is the damage dealer. You can also use Grandmaster Yoda in that spot, and it runs just the same. If you were running this manually, you can expedite things a little bit. If you see he's going up 5 stacks at a time because he just keeps on using his offensive stance over and over and over. Whereas if you were swapping back and forth between Whirlwind Slam and Whirlwind Defense, you'd be getting 10 stacks at a time. And the faster he gets to Impetuous Assault, the faster that third Omicron, the Impetuous Assault Omicron, is going to kick in, and the whole team just ramps up their damage. But yeah, like I said, this team runs on full auto. You don't even have to do any guided targeting. You can put it on auto and walk away and come back, and it'll be a win. At least I don't think I've ever lost it, and I've been running this on 2 accounts for a year. Well, at least a year before I found that Rebel team. I really like that Rebel team. Using the Rebel team lets you use this Jedi Master Luke either in operations or somewhere else with a Jedi team. And Ki-Adi-Mundi over here in defensive stance. Like, yeah, if I was running this manually, he'd be in offense the whole time. AI does some silly things sometimes, but it's still going to be a win. I would take it to auto just because I do not want him to do his leap on. Let's see, I think he's got the most health, so we'll do it on him. Alright, and I'll just finish it on auto then. Alright. That finishes up all of my combat missions for the day. It was a perfect run, didn't drop any waves. If you enjoyed the video, you can like and subscribe and come back later on today, tomorrow, when I do my day 4 combat missions. Thank you for watching.